Hi, and welcome to Inside the Huddle. We're here now. We move from the football field to the basketball court. I'm joined by Central Catholic head coach Latashia Wise. Central Catholic is the only local team to advance to the postseason in girls basketball action. The Lady Eagles are the 25th seed, and they'll face Southern Lab, the number 8 seed, tomorrow. An important note, the game was moved from 6 to 6:30 now. We had in the paper 6 o'clock, and it was at Seymour Gymnasium. Now it's at 6:30 in the FG Clark Activity Center. That was announced this afternoon. Coach, before we get to the matchup, can you just talk a little bit about this year and your season? Obviously, you taking over this year, new coach. Obviously, people might not realize, but basketball is not a new game for you. So talk a little bit about how season's been for you and for your team.
Right. Basketball has always held a special place in my heart. After college, playing at Xavier, I then started coaching volleyball. But coming here at Central this year, taking over basketball, actually led me a little bit back to the basketball court. But this year's team was very, very young. We was led by one senior, Lydia Rivas, and we have a bunch of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and with a host of 10th graders that took the court for us this year. So it was quite challenging, but it was a major difference from last year. Last year, I think the girls may have won 5 games last year. This year, we added some different dynamics to our team, and we were able to somehow win 14 games this season. So while I was trying, we went through some struggles, but that's what happens when you have a very young basketball team of any sport. We finished in a district, and we competed. We competed at every level with the high-quality teams in our district. In our district, we have about, out of the 8 teams, we have about 6 of them who made the playoffs at very high seeds. So with that being said, I think that we did a good job this year of actually getting Central Catholic back to the playoffs in basketball.
Coach, let's move on now to a little bit about Southern Lab. Obviously an 8 seed coming in with a 23-5 record. District co-champ with White Castle, won the playoff game this weekend. Talk a little bit about anything you know about them.
I've been watching a lot of film on Southern Lab all of this week. A lot of film. Southern Lab is a very talented team. Very talented. They're composed of the 6'3" LSU signee. She's very good. She can shoot the ball. She can play inside. She can play outside. They're also composed of about 3 other guards who are very good on their team. They like to run. They like to run. So we're going to try to slow them down a little bit into the half-court setting, try to run our offense, take us some time off the clock, run our sets, and slow them down into a half-court set. So give us an opportunity to play basketball with a number 8 seed.
I guess you talked a little about offensively, like to run up and down the court. What about defensively? Are they kind of like full court press, or what are they?
Defensively, they're going to get after it. They want a full court pressure. They want to trap the ball. They got 2 people on the ball at all times. They are very aggressive. They're getting up in your face, and they work hard. They work hard. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, but it's a very good experience for a very young team. It's going to be a good experience for them.
And obviously, you mentioned it earlier about teams from the district making the playoffs. You got Lafayette Christian, number 3 seed, Vermilion Catholic, number 5 seed, Gaydon, number 9 seed, and that's just in the top 10. So you faced some pretty tough basketball to prepare for this. It wasn't always pretty, but you've had your share of tests so far.
Right. We started off our first round, and all those teams you just named, they beat us pretty easily by 20 or more. The second round, we got a little better, and we stuck to what we were doing, fundamentals. And the next round, we ended up playing LCA at home, and we made it a ball game. We had an opportunity to win that game. We lost by 3 points, with once again an opportunity to win that game and possibly move up higher in the power rankings. But we had a tough district. But once again, preparation for the future of our basketball program.
Another thing, you talk about a young team. obviously you go from a gym now to arena. Different dimensions as far as like probably behind the goal and whatnot. Obviously a daunting task for y'all, but good experience for maybe getting back to that top 28 where y'all were a couple of years ago and won a state title.
Oh, definitely. We've played on all different types of courts this year, but we've never played in per se a dome arena. So it will take an effect on the young kids. I think they're going to be taken back a little bit when walking in, knowing that they're on a college campus. Southern Lab being on Southern University's campus, but I think that it's going to be good for them in the future. It's going to be good for them.
All right, Coach. Appreciate it. Good
All
luck
right,
to
thank
you.
you.
All right, a little bit more about Central Catholic and Southern Lab. Central Catholic finished in 5th place in district this year. They were 14-12 overall and 6-8 in district. Again, Southern Lab 23-5, 11-2. Their 2 losses were to Kentwood and White Castle, and then they beat White Castle in the playoff. The 6'3", the player that Coach Wise was referring to that's committed to LSU is Kaylane Williams. She's 6'2", she's a sophomore. And she can also shoot the 3 ball. Good athlete, obviously, if you're committed to LSU as a sophomore. In Central Catholic and Southern Lab have 2 opponents in common this year. They both played Terrebonne and Bruley. Central Catholic split with those 2. They defeated Terrebonne 48-33, and they fell to Bruley 47-34. While Southern Lab defeated both teams, they defeated Terrebonne 63-11 and Bruley 61-56. That's it for this edition of Inside the Huddle. Stay tuned for next, as long as girls basketball is in the playoffs, and as well when we get to the boys basketball playoffs. Thanks for watching.